Ah, look at that. Beautiful, unedited Runcam Thumb Pro W footage from my good buddy, Benadryl Bill. Because I don't have this camera, he's allowed me to borrow his footage and the gyro data for it so that I can do this short video for you guys and show you how I would take Runcam Thumb Pro wide footage and take it from this to a finished product. So let's jump into that. All right, so because Runcam Thumb Pro W takes forever in a day to say, this is just Runcam Thumb Pro. You know what? We're just going to do it. The title's there. You know what it is. It's that camera, and it's what we're using. But before we jump into it, I want to kind of go through, this is the files here. Here is his picture of his quad. You can see that on screen there. It's running DJI with that really, really long antenna, but the camera's actually missing here. That's funny. But here are his settings so that we can kind of see what we're going into. So we're doing 4K 30 at XV. Now, XView, whatever, that's very important because that's going to be that one that uses the whole sensor. Definitely want to use that 4K 30. Volume, FPV, he's got his shutter at 1/60 because he is running an ND8 filter. I did get that. Now, one of the things that we disagree here on is he's using color style of normal, which means I won't have to do a whole lot of like color grading, but I also don't have the ability to do a whole lot of color grading. But we're going to see what we can do to enhance the image here with this one. And the rest of the settings here, saturation's medium. I would have left that at low. Exposure is 0. I would have gone -3. Contrast medium, sharpness medium. I would have taken those all down to low so that I can then add it back to it. But this isn't my settings. These are his settings, and these are what we're going to work with and see what we can do with it. So you got to see it in the opening there. And so these are the files. So I've got the video, and then I've got the gyro data. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to open up Gyroflow here. We're going to get this open, and I'm going to drop the files into it. But I'm going to click it, desktop. Let's see here, Thumb Pro. These are the files. I'm going to drop the video file in here. I'm going to let it do its thing for a moment. Now, I will say that I've already kind of tinkered with this, trying to really get a feel for it. And what I found is I actually don't like the way that it comes out on its own. So I'm going to give this a moment and let it load up, and then I'm going to show you the changes that I make. All right, so that took just a moment to get it out of the box and to let it auto-detect, and I really don't like this auto-detect stuff that Gyroflow does, so I need to figure out how to disable that, because if we look here, we've got a lot of red bars on here. That's just not really good, so you don't really want that. So here's what I do. First off, I don't like this particular Runcam Thumb PW with that lens is XV. It is the right one because if you go here, you can see where it's kind of, you know, stretched out and refixed and stuff. But I'm going to go and use the one that I actually use for the Runcam Orange. So the Runcam 5 Orange, which is 4K 4.3, 4K 30 XV. It's kind of the same deal, but it's a little bit cleaner. And if you take these and you can delete all of these, I'm going to remove all of these offsets because I just don't like the way the way it all comes out. I'm going to take here, and we know that we start flying here. We're going to make it there. We're going to end it here. All right, so that's just to get our data sync points here. And you see it's like really, really wide. So I'm going to take my smoothness. That was from a previous project. I'm going to take it back down to 0.1. And then I leave my lens corrections at 66%. These are just like the standard settings that I use. I like as little bit of this here smoothness as possible because it retains as much of your image as you can. Now, what I'll do here is I've set these. We've got, say, motion data. I'm going to let it open up my motion data from the gyro file here. And I've still got my Runcam 5 Orange with 4K 30 XV. Now I'm going to go back over here, and I'm just going to hit auto sync. I'm going to let it do its thing, and we're going to kind of see where it comes out. So you see it's doing it pretty quick here. It's running at almost twice as fast as normal. So, 490 something at 30, whatever, 5 seconds. So it took 25 seconds to do this. So let's see how this analyzing comes out, and we're going to see kind of what we end up with. Bam, look at that. green across the board. So this is why I do it this way. For some reason, when you load in the gyro data and you use this lens profile on here, it just comes out fantastically. And if we pull this back, I'm going to mute it here, and then I'm going to hit play, and you're going to see it does a phenomenal job. Like, that's really, really, really good on the stabilization. And you get that lens correction, so it's really good. Hey, we're not here to judge the flights, okay? We're here looking at the video. So what I'm going to do here, now that this has kind of worked its magic and it's doing its own thing, I'm going to go ahead and export this, and we'll jump over into DaVinci Resolve and see if I can't clean up the colors a little bit, and then we can see kind of a raw versus final at the end, and you guys can make up your mind whether you like it or not. And if so, this is a really quick and easy tutorial for you to follow on how to do it for yourself. So let's close this down, and we'll get it open up in DaVinci Resolve. All right, I've saved you the stress of watching DaVinci Resolve open up very slowly. In my pool here, I've got the video here, so nothing really, not doing anything crazy with it yet. So we're going to open up our editing timeline, and I'm going to go ahead and just drop it in here. I'm going to mute it so that you all don't have to hear that. And you can see here, you know what? It honestly isn't that bad. So when I exported it, I went ahead and captured the whole video so that I could make it easier to do a side-by-side here in a moment. But we're going to take this here, and let's take it over to the color tab. Make that go away. Hello, color tab. So I've got some Runcam 5. This is an ND8 filter already ready to go. I could use my LUT that I use for that, but I'm actually going to take this image here, and we're going to leave it right there, and we're going to use a few things to make some changes. So first off, we can see our histogram here is pretty good. It's pretty well balanced where the thick of everything is, but because I'm a stickler for a little blue, I'm going to give me a little bit more blue. I like my blues, I'm not going to lie. But what I want to do here is I want to bring all of these down. So I want to grab the whole thing and kind of bring it down a little bit. What I'll do here is I'll use our gamma, and we're going to bring the whole thing down just a hair. Now that we got that down, we got the bulk of it kind of in the middle of my histogram. I'm going to drop my, oh, look at that. Look how gritty we're getting now. Oh, look how much more less, it looks less blown out. That, like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to have to do a whole lot. I'm going to drag my shadows down just a hair, darken that up a little bit, and I'm going to give me just a little bit more saturation. That'll make the colors pop a little more. So 60, not a whole lot there. Do I want to take my highlights? Let's take a look at them. We'll bring those up just a hair. You know what? That's it. It doesn't take a whole lot. I would venture to say that we can export this, and it's going to look fantastic almost anywhere. I mean, there are some places, and this is where you would really want to use that flatter profile, is because it would capture a lot more color in the shadows right there. Like, in fact, this right here is going to tell me I might want to bring my shadows back up some. So let's bring that back up. That's going to give me a little bit more color and not crush it quite so much. So there you go. That's just a few minutes how I took the footage that somebody else made on the Runcam Thumb Pro W with their settings, and I ran it through Gyroflow, cleaned that up a little bit, threw it over in DaVinci Resolve, cleaned up the colors just a little bit, and now I'm going to export it, and I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to let you watch it. But I will say, down in the description, there is a link to this particular camera using my Amazon affiliate link. You know how that game goes. It's there, whatever. You can use it or not. I don't really care, but it's how I make links to stuff. So it's just the way I've been doing it for years. So enjoy the rest of this video, and shout out to Benadryl Bill, and hit up his channel. I'll link it down there below too, so you can see his videos, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior.
or inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is